Are you surrounded by people that are charming and charismatic but beneath the surface are deceitful? Do you have people who have a tendency to lie to you or manipulate you for personal gain? Are you surrounded by people who lack accountability for their actions? You may be surrounded by psychopaths. Now, how do you protect yourself from being manipulated and exploited in life or professionally? There is a book. Yes, and it's called Surrounded by Psychopaths. The book aims to educate readers about the presence of psychopathic individuals in our lives and provide strategies for recognizing their manipulative behavior.
So why I created this video is my employees have to work with sometimes very difficult clients. Clients that might be psychopaths, narcissists, but even clients that might have just had a very bad day and are really upset and take it out on my employees. So I want my employees to have a toolbox to identify psychopaths, probably the worst of the worst, or at least narcissists, and know how to move and work around them.
The book by Thomas Erickson talks about ways to identify psychopaths and also how to deal with them. We will first look at how to identify them. Parasitic lifestyle. Psychopaths often exploit and manipulate others for personal gain. They may rely on others to meet their needs without reciprocating. They may take advantage of others' resources, such as money, time, or emotional support, without genuine concern for their well-being. Superficial charm. Psychopaths are often skilled at presenting themselves as charming and charismatic individuals. They may be highly persuasive and adept at gaining the trust and admiration of others. However, this charm is often superficial and used as a tool for manipulation rather than a genuine display of emotions. Lack of empathy. Psychopaths have a limited ability to experience empathy or understand the emotions of others. They may appear indifferent to the suffering or pain of those around them. They often show a lack of remorse for their actions and exhibit a callous disregard for the feelings and well-being of others. Manipulative behavior. Psychopaths are master manipulators. They use various tactics to control and exploit others for personal gain. They may employ flattery, deceit, and manipulation to achieve their objectives. They can be highly skilled at reading people and adjusting their behavior to suit the situation or gain an advantage. Pathological lying. Psychopaths have a tendency to lie consistently and convincingly. They may create elaborate stories or fabricate information to manipulate others or create a false image of themselves. They may also engage in gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation aimed at making others doubt their own perceptions and reality. Lack of accountability. Psychopaths rarely take responsibility for their actions. They may shift blame onto others or offer excuses for their behavior. They may exhibit a sense of entitlement and believe that rules and consequences do not apply to them. Now that you have an idea on identifying psychopaths, let's go over how to protect yourself.
Okay, just to finish off, obviously my employees are in a brutal environment. They are exposed to all kinds of people with disorders. So the key traits of a psychopath: superficial charm, people that are very charming but their lifestyle and how they treat you is shocking. Pathological lying. They have no concept of lying. You ask them a question, they'll just blatantly lie, and they'll lie with another lie to cover up that lie, and lie with another lie to cover up that lie. Parasitic lifestyle. If it's friendship, if it's work, if it's whatever, it always seems like they're getting everything and giving nothing. Irresponsibility. They do the most craziest things in the work environment or socially. It's like you often feel like you want to say to them, "Are you crazy? What are you doing?" Failure to take responsibility or ownership or responsibility for own actions. The blame game. They blame the whole world for their actions and blatant mistakes. You can't get them to take responsibility. Very low sensitivity for to punishment. Like if it's in the work environment or socially or in whatever environment, I suppose criminals are the worst. They go to jail for 5 years and they carry on doing it, then they get 10 years, then they carry on doing it, then they get life imprisonment. They just don't seem to respond to meetings, interaction, problem solving sessions. You're always dealing with the same things. Lack of empathy. You can see through their lives, they don't care about others. It goes about me, me, me. Lack of guilt or remorse. When they do something wrong, you can't see they're actually struck with guilt. It's irrelevant. If they can get away with it, then they can get away with it. Poor behavioral controls. They get into fights and arguments at work, at their social lives, their family lives. They're always in fights and conflicts. Poor behavioral controls. Promiscuous sexual behavior, cheating, having multiple partners, abandoning people, shocking romantic lives.
Now that you have an idea on identifying psychopaths, let's go over how to protect yourself. Get a pen and paper for this one. Maintain strong boundaries. Establish clear boundaries and stick to them. Psychopaths are skilled at testing limits and manipulating others, so it's important to assert yourself and protect your own well-being. Limit personal information. Psychopaths often use personal information against their targets, as they may exploit vulnerabilities or use the information to manipulate you. Stay calm and composed. Psychopaths thrive on chaos and emotional reactions. Seek support from others. Psychopaths often try to isolate their victims. Document interactions. Keep a record of any interactions or incidents with the psychopath. This can serve as evidence and help you maintain a clear perspective on their behavior. It can also be useful if you need to seek legal or professional assistance. Remember, protecting yourself from psychopaths requires vigilance and self-awareness. Trust your instincts, maintain healthy boundaries, and seek assistance when necessary.